Welcome to Do the Talk podcast. It's a real estate podcast that teaches regular people how to invest in real estate. I am your host, Ibrahim Ojerinde, and my co host is Ahmed Lawal. We are committed to making investing in real estate seamless as much as possible. So, if you are looking to learn to invest in real estate, you have come to the right place. And we want you to know that this is not a get rich quick scheme. You will have to put in the work. But believe me, if you follow the track, you follow the what you've learned from do the talk, things will fall in place. We are very confident that this is the lane or this is the aspect where you can become financially free and you have that financial freedom. Um, Ahmed, what do you have for us today?
Hi Ibrahim. Thank you for the introduction. Guys, we are really happy to be here again, and we are really happy that you guys are joining us again. Like we always say every week, we want this to be interactive. You know, we appreciate if you guys drop your comments, drop your questions, drop, like, share, and subscribe to, our podcast in all platform, YouTube, Apple Podcast, and all that. So, uh, without further ado, the topic for today is an interesting one, Ibrahim. And
Yeah.
even before now, I've always got a question about people asking why real estate, why real estate, why do we advocate for real estate so much?
Yeah.
Um, and this is something that a lot of people are interested in, so which is why we are doing it. Really, for me, real estate is an investment vehicle.
Yeah.
That has been proven to be, you know, uh, solid
Yeah.
over the time. So solid is in the sense of technology. So when I say real estate is solid, there's so many ways you can interpret that. But I'm gonna come in technology wise. If you look at other investment vehicles, a lot of them have evolved with technology, and we all know that we are moving to a different phase of technology right now. When you talk to this one, they will be talking about AI. Talk to that one, they'll be talking about AI. So everybody's talking about AI right now. So we are moving to a different phase of technology. Before technology, real estate has been solid.
Yes.
During technology is still like very solid, and even if there's something else come and push technology to the side tomorrow, real estate is going to remain solid.
Yes.
So that for me is more than enough to invest in real estate, because we all know that there's sometimes it was in industrial age. Now it's about information.
Mhm.
If you have information right now, you have gold,
Yeah.
because you can, if you know how to use it, you can be ahead of everybody else. Which is why I always congratulate everybody that is on this podcast, our listener, because the information we are putting out here, Ibrahim, will take years for you and I to gather them, and learn all these things. So we are dishing out this information for free, and which is why we always, the only thing we request from you guys is, like, subscribe, and share with your friend and family that will be interested. So real estate is time tested already, and it's still solid, and it is an investment vehicle that it's not something that can just be pushed out by any form of transformation and development or go and all that. So I don't know if you have any opinion on that, Ibrahim.
Yes, I mean, you are totally correct. Real estate is a stable aspect of investment, like a stable avenue where you can invest and be rest assured that, in coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years and uncountable years, that's one good thing about real estate. If you buy a good house, you're maintaining it. trust me, that house will stay forever. you know.
Yep.
So your investment is there, it's stable, especially when you have a good tenant or good investing strategies. Because of course we've mentioned some episode ago that it's not just about rent.
Yep.
It can be different ways. Okay.
Yep.
So as long as you put in a sustainable strategy and it's working for you, your house is there, you get your income
Sure.
steadily.
Sure.
So real estate is a solid investment that you cannot push it aside. Like Ahmed mentioned, um, it is the kind of investment that you do it, and even if you are not great in investing, if you are still learning, as long as you get a house and a good house, it's working, the system is fine, keep it there for some time. You might not cash flow enough because you are not good at negotiation and all that, but if you are patient enough, real estate is forgiving. When I mean forgiving, what I mean by that is that if you buy a crazy stock, everything will crash, boom, right away, boom, that's
Yep.
it. But when you buy real estate, even if you are not getting cash flow, because we've mentioned before, it's not just all about cash flow. We want cash flow, but it's not just all about that. When you're not getting massive cash flow, at least you get a little sum. That alone, your house will appreciate if you are patient enough. And when they appreciate, that alone is something. Or when you decide to sell it, you're not gonna feel like, why did you put money into? It's forgiving in the sense that you don't have to be perfect to do real estate, you know. But other kind of investment, you have to really watch out closely. Real estate is just it's a nice kind of investment that anybody can do it.
Yep.
We want you to
100%.
get information so that you can do it right from the beginning, so that you
Yep.
don't have to learn through the curve, like learning from the beginning to the end. By you watching this podcast helps you to know the basics, and of course you're gonna learn as you go. um but what we are saying here is you don't have to be an expert when you do real estate. It's real estate itself is forgiving. It helps you to, as long as you are patient, you will see what you have invest your money into. Ahmed, what is the next thing you have for us?
So I just want to acknowledge something that you mentioned in case our listener they just pass on it. Um, you really need to invest in your education when you are jumping into real estate.
Sure.
Okay. Like I always tell people, like a lot of information is out there for free on real estate,
Sure.
better than all other investment vehicle, because this is an investment vehicle that has been time tested, and a son of nobody can just come in, get education in real estate, and become a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
That is how easy it is. So you don't have to be someone so big or your family is rich or very special before you can make it in real estate. Which leads me to the next point. So it's only real estate where you don't need money to start. To buy stock, you actually need money. To do all this other stuff, to buy crypto, you actually need money.
Yeah.
To invest in all this fund, you need money. But in real estate, if you get your education right, you can start where you don't have. Example is wholesaling. Example is, driving for dollar, get a deal, put
Mhm.
it under contract, and just assign that contract to someone for a fee. Literally, boom, money comes in.
Mhm.
There's a business model built around this. Some people are out there looking for
That's what
deal
they do.
as we
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah.
We call them bulldog. So really, if you are creative enough, you can do without money in real estate. I always tell people you need three things to start real estate. One is money, the other one is time, and the last one is education. Know what you're doing. So
Yes.
if you have two of these three, even though it is nice to have the three because your life become a lot easier. you have the three, but you can only do you can still make it work with two,
Yeah.
which is if you have knowledge and you have time, you can make it work. If you have time and you have money, you can make it work. If you have money and you have knowledge, but you don't have time, you can make it work. You can choose to be a passive investor or be a active investor. A passive investor is someone that's literally, you just give your money out to someone that invests in real estate, and
Mhm.
they give you return from what they are making with your money. That
Yes.
is passive, literally passive. So that is where you see private money lender, you will see hard money and all these other guys that make their money work for them by just send the money out, or they can even become equity partner on the deal. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary return. So an active investor is someone that actually go out, look for deal, negotiate the deal, do all the leg work, and give the money, the part of the proceed to passive investor. So that is how creative real estate can be. If you think you want to go in there, you don't. Money, it's a mindset. It's not a limitation. It is you that you are thinking it is your limitation. It is not. What you should be asking is, how can I make this work? How do these guys do it? Then that is why we always say consult with an expert, and you will be able to grab their knowledge and use it to your advantage.
Advantage.
Ibrahim, do you have any addition to that?
Yes, I would just expatiate on when I mentioned appreciation earlier, but I just skipped through, scan through it. So now I want to, you know, give some elaboration. So appreciation is really like, you know, um, I said when you buy real estate and you're not so you're not a pro yet, real estate can forgive you. What I mean by that, the house can appreciate even though you buy it with just good faith without learning the process, like everything. We recommend you doing that before you buy it. However, I'm just saying it's a kind of business that you can do a lot of try and error and you'll still be fine, you know. So because I can give you a little example, my first home, I mean, I didn't know anything. I wasn't having any thoughts, special thoughts in mind. I bought it because I just want a house, you know. And I lived there for 4 years. It had appreciated for more than maybe 120 or 110 because I realized they gave me $89,000. And even
Wow.
though I've already
And
received,
Ibrahim, sorry to cut you off. Just
yeah,
before you go on that,
yeah.
so you bought this house, you just live there. You are not an investor at this point,
No,
right?
no, no. I bought it for 97,500. I lived there for 4 years. I took out e-lock of $18,000, and they
Okay,
still, when I sold it, they still gave me $89,000.
89,000.
Yes, and keep in
Okay.
mind they've paid the realtors, my
Yep.
realtor, the other realtor.
Yep.
They've took out their debt, whatever like that I'm having left, their
Yep.
money. They took it out,
Hmm.
and they probably minus the 18,000 e-lock again because that's like a second mortgage on
Yeah.
the
The
house,
second mortgage on it. Yep.
and I still receive 89,000.
Yeah, I bring you back just to highlight that for our audience that
Yes,
it
yes,
is it is really insane how real estate can be very profitable, and a lot of people are
yes,
sleeping on it right now. So go
yes.
ahead. Sorry to
Yeah, you. That's right. I'm glad you know, stopped me a little bit so we can elaborate more on that. So I didn't do anything special. Like you buy a house, you live there, and so that was why I mentioned that real estate can be forgiven because truly I did not have any special intention. I
Yeah.
just bought it to live in there, and in fact, that motivated me to, you know, it kind of boosted my thought, my investment thought. Like, okay, if I can get 89,000 without even planning to do this, or just buy a house, you live there, and you make this so much amount of money. First, I need to say, why did that happen? Why did I make that money? First,
Yep.
it's appreciation. Okay. So the way real estate is designed, we need to understand is that real estate is very um is huge, and it involves a lot of professions.
Hmm.
Because sometimes people ask me, why is the house so expensive? First, in a simple term, we'll say demand and supply. But if you really look at it deeply, it's just beyond, it's not just about demand and supply. Demand and supply is the blanket or umbrella reason or a quick answer to give somebody. But if you really sit yourself down and think about it, it's deeper than that. So in real estate, you have plumber, electrician, construction manager, surveyor, you know, framer, carpenter, um, you know, salesperson that will sell the house after it's
Yeah.
done. You have which one again? You have I
Loan
mentioned electrician.
officer,
You have
realtor,
HVAC.
everybody
Yeah, you have
is
HVAC.
involved.
All of them is a team. Now, this is what I'm getting to. If they build one house today, which is June 23rd, 2023, they build it for 300,000. Okay. Of course, we know it might not cost up to 300,000, but let's say whoever invests in that, asset and is selling 300,000, of course, he or she has a profit margin that he or she is targeting. Okay.
Yep.
And because of demand and supply, the person was able to sell it 300,000. Okay. In the next 2 years, if that person says he or she will build another house and won't sell it 300,000, believe me, it's not just because that person decided not to sell it 300,000. It's because it's probably going to cost that person more money to build
Yep.
it than 300,000. Because
Yep.
first of all, the carpenter will not take the same amount in the next two
Yep.
years. The plumber will ask for more. The electrician will say, no, no, that's I can't take 20,000 again. You know, surveyor, every year things go up because that's natural. That's inflation. That's normal human response. You know,
Yep.
and when you now add all this cost up, it's definitely gonna be more than the investor would like to keep that profit margin. So he or she has to sell it more than 300,000. Otherwise, he or she may not get what she or he is targeting,
Yep.
or they may run into loss. So like I said, the easy answer is to say it's demand and supply. But if you look at everything, like when you add all the costs together, that's a bigger reason for someone not to sell a house the same price, because after some years it will cost you more to do that same thing, which
Yep.
is the normal inflation cycle. So this is what I'm getting to. Appreciation, it is a natural thing with real estate. All you have to do is get a house in a good area, where people are still living, is livable, is good. It doesn't have to be the most luxurious area in your city, but as long as people are living there, people are going to work, it's a nice neighborhood, you'll be fine. Keep it there. It's going to appreciate.
Yep.
Appreciation may be faster or bigger in another area compared to your area. If you look at that area, you're probably going to pay more to get house in that area that the appreciation is faster or bigger.
Yep.
So my point here is real estate is a good investment in the sense that you can buy it without having a tons of knowledge. All you have to do, stick with us with on the Do the Talk podcast, learn all the basic, go out there and try it.
Yep.
If you have any
Absolutely.
question, you give us a call. You don't have to know everything. Okay. So that's what I want to say.
Yeah, thank you, Ibrahim. So, that is what people is they are missing a lot of time. They think you have to have all this knowledge before you start doing things. No, you don't have to. I think I told you before. I opened my first business. I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing. I just opened a business because one thing about me is when I set things in motion,
Mhm.
I do whatever it takes to keep it afloat.
That makes sense.
So it's just, and if we look it from the analogy of a car, when you are trying to push a car to work or push anything, the very first thing that is hard is to set it in motion.
Yeah.
Once you set it in motion, the rest is easy.
Yep.
The rest is easy. So people fail to start. That is why a lot of people don't get started. So bringing me to, the next point is you need to know your why you are starting real estate.
Yes.
For me, the idea of retiring at the age of 65 just doesn't work for me. Yeah, the idea of retiring at the age of 65 just doesn't work for me. I want to live my life, I want to enjoy life, and I want to retire young. Retire with enough money to travel the world.
Yeah.
That is my goal. What investment can make that happens to me? Real estate. Real estate can make that happen because apart from the beauty of appreciation, which you already explained to us, Ibrahim, cash flow is key. In fact, a lot of people used to say cash flow is king. Why? Is because it keeps you going.
Keeps you
It-
afloat.
yeah, it keeps you afloat. It keeps you going, and it's one part of real estate apart from all the other benefits that can get you to retire early.
Yes.
So, which I don't see any other investment vehicle that can be that profitable. That I mean, I'm not saying if you buy one house, you'll be able to quit your job. No, that is not it. If you are consistent enough, if you are building up your portfolio consistently and you are aggressive enough about it and you are passionate about it, because a lot of people they think, okay, I already buy this house, I already furnish it up, I already rent it out to people. Now I don't have to do anything. Real estate is a business. If you are that type of a person, I will advise give your money to someone that can help you invest, someone that wants to be active in doing it.
Yes.
That is passive part of real estate. Real estate is the business that require you to keep strategizing, keep changing things. Last year, the way you buy house last year is not the same way you will buy houses this year. When you are doing your underwriting, when you are doing your searches, it has to be different because the market change, the market shift, and it's not something that is unusual. It happens from now and then. So you have to be very, very practical and be ready to be flexible in real estate. So, but my point is, real estate it's an investment vehicle that can helps to retire early through the power of cash flow. Ibrahim already explained the power of equity, no, appreciation to us. Appreciation varies regardless of wherever your house is, you will still appreciate. A lot of people will be like, oh, but the market can go down. Even if the market goes down, the market is not really going down. The house is still okay for you. I might just buy a house now. I might not be able to refinance if the price I bought it is at the market value already. But that doesn't mean the house is depreciating. So basically, another point for me is the power to be able to retire young. Ibrahim, do you have any addition to that?
Yes. You've mentioned it all. About the power of cash flow. I want to add to that. You've already made all the great point about it. I just want to say people have this mentality that when you tell them that a house with cash flow of 500 or maybe 400 or 300, even if it's $100 a month, they only look at that $100. They only look at that $200. Like they see a house as a mighty investment, which is what it is, but they look at it in the wrong way because they are thinking if you have a big house like that, it's such a huge, three-bedroom, two full bathroom, or or more. Why would you be getting just $300 as a cash flow? But what they are not thinking, or what they don't realize, is that it's not when you add all the cash flow. Yeah, it might up, end up being like 2,000 a year, or 2,500, or 2,006, whatever it is. But when you look at the other side of it, which is the tax advantage, it's like I'm using your um, reason for liking real estate to go to my reason, one of my reason, which is tax advantage. When you look at it, tax tax advantage, I will mention first that I really love about real estate is depreciation. Okay. When you look at the tax advantage, which is one is depreciation, you realize that the 2000 is just like a ice on
On the
the
cake.
cake.
Yep.
Because that's not because the cash flow, I mean, yeah, we want it to be the more you have, the better you are. But having a house and you only get $300, that's not really where the big gig is. It's when you file your taxes. If your house is $300,000, you can depreciate your house. If it's single family, you can depreciate it for 27 years and a half. So 300,000, I'm doing the math here, guys, divided by 27.5, that is 10,909
And that
every
is
year.
yearly, right?
Yes, that's what you can depreciate your house for.
Can so let me ask this question so that our listener can understand, because I understand what you're saying. However, we want to make it very easy
Yes,
to understand. So
yes,
let's say I have another job, W2 job. So
yes.
or maybe I'm due to pay 10,000 back to IRS. You
Hmm.
mean if I have a real estate that worth about 300,000, I can deduct that 10,000 from my house, from the money I'm supposed to pay to the IRS, and just let it go that way? Or what? Can you like make it a little?
Okay, I can make it clearer than that. So yeah, so you cannot deduct the 10,000 from your W2 job, but you have to be able to leverage on that deduction. You have to be an active real estate professional. And what I mean active real estate professional, I'm not talking about owning a license. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having more hours in your investment. So
Okay.
let's say you have a house, you have to record like I think 500 and something hours a year that you've been into the house. Maybe you're going there to clean, maybe you're going there to cut the grass, maybe you're going there to uh mow the snow. I mean
Okay.
mow the grass, uh um packing the snow, putting ice in the floor so that nobody will, sorry, sand on the floor so nobody will slip and fall. If there's any damage, you go in there to fix it and all that. So your involvement in your real estate investment, if the more you invest into it, the more hours you have, the better for you when you're filing your taxes. But it's someone who is just a passive real estate investor who does not invest his or her time into the real estate may not qualify as a real estate professional. And if you don't qualify, you won't be able to that depreciation will not help your W2 income.
Okay.
But you have to be like someone who qualifies for that real estate professional. That's when your W2 will help. Your investment property, the depreciation will help you on your W2 taxes.
Okay. Got it.
So, but in essence, what I'm saying is that you have a lot of a way to legally, benefit from taxation. That is if you have real estate. Other kind of investment, it's more complex to even take advantage of the tax breaks. But real estate is easier just because of it is um, it is a bedrock of wealth. It is what everybody is leveraging on. I'm sure. I don't think you've seen any millionaire that does not have real estate.
No,
I
I've
don't
not
think
seen
it's
one.
possible.
I've not seen one.
Yeah, it's. I don't see. It's. I don't think it's possible. So tax breaks is there, which is bonus depreciation. You have repair, you have maintenance cost, you have vacancy cost, you have what else again? Like if you have, for example, let's say there was a big damage and you have to fix it out of pocket, even though your insurance is supposed to do it, but because you have a high deductible, you
Yep.
can still file down your taxes. And that's why it's I don't my insurance for my rental properties is about $5,000. I
Yeah.
did that intentionally because first of all, if there's something of like $2,000 and I call the insurance, they will deduct $1,000 and I have to pay $1,000 out of pocket. Now, that's not the biggest issue. The issue is that after that, they will raise your monthly, like the next cycle, they increase your monthly premium, I mean, yearly premium. So, and in turn, that will affect your monthly payment. Okay.
Yep.
Um, at the end of the day, you are limiting the tax breaks that you're supposed to get at the end of the year. Because if I make it 5,000 and something happened and it's about 3,000, because of that, I couldn't call the insurance. I use my 3,000 out of pocket to fix it. That way, I already created $3,000 deduction because as a real estate professional and an investor, I can deduct $3,000 from my taxes as a tax break just because it is allowed. It's a repair. That's what it cost me to fix the house to keep it livable for my tenant. But so there are different ways. The more you stick to us on, do the top podcast, the more we give you, we share this information because of course it's not we cannot share everything on the show, on a single show. So we encourage you to keep coming, to keep watching, and we'll keep sharing information. As you guys know, information and knowledge is key,
It's power.
and we are happy to share. So Ahmed, what is the next one on your side?
Yeah. So basically, before I go to the final one I have for tonight, is guys, there's no amount of information you have in your head that will be helpful if you don't take action.
Yes.
Really, you just need to start somewhere, ask question. Don't be afraid to call expert up. Call me, call Ibrahim, call anybody you feel comfortable learning from. And just take action. Ask what you need to do. Tell them your situation, where you want to go, and they will be able to advise you better. Yeah, the final points tonight for me will be um the ability to use other people's money, the ability to use the bank money to build your own wealth, you know, the ability to there's nobody that is going to loan you money to buy stocks. If I come to you tomorrow, Ibrahim, like, hey, I need 3,000 to buy this crypto. I think the crypto is us. You're gonna be like, are you crazy? What are you talking about? Because there's no security with it. So there is a secure loan and there's unsecured loan. Unsecured loan are like credit card, which is why they have more interest rates. Like the interest rates are higher.
Mm.
But the secure loan is because your car is is a secure loan. Your house is a secure loan because they have collateral. What do I mean by collateral? If you don't pay their loan, they can come to get your house. If you don't pay that loan, they can come and take your car. I've actually witnessed where they drag one car off my streets in the
Really?
past. Yeah. So basically, bank will loan you money to build your wealth. It can only be done in real estate. You know, other people will invest with you to build your wealth or to build wealth together with them because they want to leverage your experience. Maybe they want to invest in real estate at the same time, but they don't have the time. They are too busy with their job and they love their job. They don't want to quit their job. They are in love with real estate as well. They will invest with you because they know what the house is solid, it is feasible, it is physical, and they can put a lien against that house to guarantee that they are going to get their money back.
It is a tangible investment.
Yes. So pretty much you can really use other people's money. That goes back to my point number two. Like, you don't really need money. You just need to find ways to bring in that capital, and boom, there you go. You have the money that you needed. But what do you use to get that money? The knowledge and the creativity that you have, the time that you've invested in it. So basically, It is only in real estate whereby bank will actually loan you money. So I was actually, listening to Robert Kiyosaki third book, Retire Early, and he was at this conference talking, and they are all mortgage experts in there, and he told them that thanks to you guys, I'm able to retire early, and everybody is looking around and looking at what is he talking about. But he literally told them that you guys loan me money, I used to invest in real estate, now I can retire early. So it is only real estate that can happen. Bank will look what you're doing, and you will be able to build your wealth from there. So I always tell people why debt can, put you in a very bad spot. Debt at the same time is necessary in real estate for success. Why do I say that? Is there's limits to what you can do with just your money. But when you know how to leverage, secure and good debt, when you know how to source for other people's money, there's no limit to what you can do in real estate. Ibrahim, do you have any comment to that?
Yes, thanks for sharing your knowledge. Yes, in real estate, it's I don't think we can say it all. It's
Yeah,
proven, tested, it's practical. Um, I mentioned earlier, it's a bedrock of wealth. That's where the wealth is created. That's where a wealth is maintained. That's where a wealth is sustained. That's where a wealth is um, generationally transferred to other people. You know,
absolutely.
maybe your kids, your step kid, daughter, whatever you want to call it. The house will be solid. It's gonna be there. Just maintain it. The values keep going up.
Yep.
The house is appreciating. You know, and you can depreciate it with it's a real estate strategy. The house is going up, but legally you depreciate it so you can take advantage of taxation and use that to um, to, to 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 scale up faster.
Yep.
You
Absolutely.
know, real estate, it is a um, um, it is the kind of investment that you wanna put your money and go to bed. Like you just have that confidence. As long as you're doing it right, real estate is forgiving. You don't have to be up every day thinking about, oh, this is just like all the stocks, crypto. You check it every day. You make sure. No, real estate, you don't have to check it every day. It's gonna take care of itself. Just buy a good house, good area. Forget about it. It will take care of itself. You know. And we are not the only ones saying this. Snoop Dogg said it. One of his video, it was like, if you don't own the land, you own nothing. Some people would think he's talking about just land. No, it's talking about real estate. It's talking about the how to sell, the improvement, the dwelling on the land. And by the way, it's improvement is like a real estate term. It's still the same thing as a house. And dwelling, of course, I know for our viewer's sake, when I say improvement, I mean the house. And when I say dwelling, it's still the house. You know. So that's what he's trying to say. Like without land, you have nothing. What else can you say you have? Okay, you have a big Mercedes Benz, you have a big Toyota, Toyota Land Cruiser, or you have
Nobody will give you
RAV4.
tax break for that.
Oh, and what else you want to be proud of? Okay, you have big Gucci, Prada, and all that stuff. No, you have to have real estate. That's where the wealth is built, wealth is maintained, wealth is sustained, and wealth is transferred generationally. Not just you, not just your kid. Your kid can transfer. And trust me, if you doubt me, go to New York, go to Chicago, go to all these big city, go to their downtown.
Yep.
Literally from outside, don't let it deceive you. They keep updating those houses maybe every 2 5 years.
Yeah.
But go inside.
You'll be
That's when you see
surprised.
that, especially those apartments. That's when you see that this house, in fact, before before your grandfather and grandfather was born, that's when they built those houses.
It's
Your
been long.
Yes, those houses are old, but you will
Yeah.
not know because all they have to do is to keep maintaining it. That's it.
Yep.
So, guys, we can't say this enough. You've learned the basic here, and we encourage you to keep coming so you can keep getting updated and updated with knowledge. Ahmed and I, we are not claiming that we know it all. We are not claiming that we are the millionaires and all that. No, we are just telling you that these are practical ways. These are practical methods that we have been trying and it's working for us. And people that are above us, people that have been doing this, years and years. He mentioned Robert Kiyosaki. Yes, is one of the people we are looking up to because he has been into this for ages.
Yep.
All these things we are telling you, these are the things he was doing at our age, and this is what he's still doing, which is he keeps learning, he keeps training people, he keeps telling you how to do it, and he's doing it.
Yep.
And we are not just saying it here. Amanda and I are investor. We are investing.
Yep.
One thing I want you to know is that if you want to learn from somebody or if you want to try something, go to people that are doing it.
Absolutely.
They have something to tell you. They will have something to tell you rather. We are here saying this, it's because we cannot literally put everything from A to Z on this. In fact, it will take maybe 2 years talking
Yeah.
about because it's just large. It's
Even
too
after 2 years, we will still keep talking.
Yes, it's just large. So that's why, guys, it's better you just when you keep watching every Friday, get the basic, go out there, get started, give us a call if you have any question. We are approachable, we are reachable, we are open to questions, and we'll give you the answer. If we don't know it, we'll find it for you. We'll try to solve the problem with you.
Absolutely.
So, Ahmed, do you want to add?
Yeah. So basically, I want to, uh, let our listener know that we are doing this live because we actually want this to be interactive. We can
Yes,
do the recording and post it, but we
yes,
choose to do it live because we want people to come in, be able to ask their question. The,
yes,
the way I learn is when monkey see, monkey do.
yeah,
I see people do things, I practice it, and get better. And I ask a
yes,
lot of questions. So
yes,
we don't want to be coming here, tell you things that we want you to do without you having an opportunity to ask us questions. So, which is what I'm trying to say is, please and please, when you come on here, please drop a question
yeah,
regarding your real estate journey,
yes,
the fear. If you haven't started anything, that is absolutely all right. You know, that is absolutely all right. Ask the question, the things that is still holding you back. Please come on here and ask the question, and we will be able to give our opinion on it. We will be able to give our knowledge, practical experience on it, and we can all grow together, right?
yes,
So for me, it's the best way to learn. And one thing that I always tell people is success is not about your competitor. No, it's not. Success is about you. Don't look at what Ahmed have been doing, Ibrahim have been doing, or these big guys that always, making it seems as if, they have left you behind. Now, you can't do anything anymore. Don't look at all of that. Define where you are, define where you want to be, and come up with a plan on
yes,
how to get there. The only person that can stop you from getting to where you want to be, either in real estate or anything in life, is you.
yes,
It's you. You can decide to go there and get it happen, make it happen, or you can decide to just stay and be comfortable with what you have right now, which is not what we are preaching here. We want you to actually go out and make things better for yourself. And see, real estate is not something that I will tell you, oh, you just buy one and you become rich. No.
Oh,
Like I said earlier, you need to be flexible, you know, try to keep an open mind to learn more every single day. And believe me, it's everything's going to click. And at some point, you will look back and be like, wow, it's just 2 years and I've been able to build this much wealth for myself. So that would be it for me today. I don't see any question here from my audience. So do you have any closing
actually,
remark or
yeah,
anything?
actually, I mean, you've really boosted everyone here. I believe whoever is watching us right now, they appreciate what you have said, because those are the fact. I mean, it's something, you know, straight up and clear and very understandable. We just have to get going. We just have to start this, and there's nothing that is that should be scary in this what you have explained. Real estate is something you give it a try. But what else again? If you there's a philosopher that said, if you are afraid of failing, it's like you that's no, the consequences of being afraid of failing is even worse than being, but because he doesn't see it as failing, he sees that challenge,
Yep.
and you are afraid of facing a challenge, is then that's when you failed, because
Yep.
you failing is actually part of the knowledge. That's what will brand you, and give you that edge towards someone that everything is going smoothly for, and maybe the person has a rich dad, rich uncle, or anything, and things are going well. Trust me, when that person faces whatever you faced before, he or she may not know how to handle it, but you've been tested by, by the challenge, and you've overcome or surpassed that challenge. Now you are stronger, and you have that mental capacity, the physical capacity, the resource to face any challenge that might come your way, compared to someone who's just sitting there hoping that things will come around and come your way, your
Yep.
doorstep. It's not like that. Life is a little more complex than that. We have to go out there, make this happen. It's Nothing is new in this world.
Yep.
Talk to people, they will tell you, okay, I've tried this, I've tried that. If you cannot take risk in life, um, eh, I actually believe people are taking risks, but they are taking risk in the wrong direction or in the wrong area. When I mean what I mean by that is that if you go to school, you've already took risk, because many of these colleges, if you don't pass social class or this or that, they'll expel you. Okay, you going there, it's you um you know having that confidence that you will do well, you do this, you do that, you get this grade and all that. What about something happened to you, or you stop studying and all that? They're gonna chase you out of the school. And of course, you might have a student loan and all that. It's still risky, because you are taking risk. You borrow student loan, you get money from the grant or student loan, and you're doing the school. If you don't follow their rules and regulation, they'll chase you out. Okay, that's a good one. Now that you've got the degree, you got a good job, why would you just stop taking the risk when you know that there's a bigger risk that you can take, and it will change your life, massively, dramatically, in a sustainable way. You are making money from your job, yes, we know that, but what about at the end of the year? What is going on? You get taxed crazily, like, because there's nothing else to help you, build that generational wealth. There's nothing else to help you, take advantage of the legal way. Like I say, I repeat, legal way that you can save money from the IRS, which is get own a real estate, be a active, um participate or in that real estate, be an active person, so that you can qualify as a real estate professional, and you can take advantage of the tax break and use that to get better. to scale up in your business. Anyway, I don't have a question
Before
for.
you go, we have a question, and
Okay, good.
I think we discussed this in episode 2. I will advise our uh to get a detailed
Okay.
answer. Go to episode 2. You will see a lot of good information there. But Ibrahim, can you answer this for us?
Oh
What
yeah,
is the
yeah.
minimum credit
Let's
score
go together. Yeah.
and
So
other criteria needed to get a loan from a lender to buy real estate?
well, I think we need to, first of all, we need to clap for the courage, because a lot of
Yeah.
people, trust me, some people are out there, they don't know how to start, they don't know where to
Yeah.
ask. Hey, there is no big deal. Ask question, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna tell you. Okay, the minimum credit score for FHA is 580. Though with 580, there's a caveat, which is you cannot have too much. Like for example, you cannot have dispute. You cannot have like too much collections on your credit history or credit profile. If you have 580, maybe because you don't have too many credit card, you only have one credit card, you just started, and you haven't have that long history enough, to gather the kind of credit score you want to have, or the credit history. Your credit will be, it will be low, just because it takes time to build that credit. Or maybe you've had these challenges and you have to rebuild your credit. Yeah, that's fine. All you have to do is take care of uh the big stuff, which is if you have collections, try to negotiate with them, or try to find a way to take them out of your credit. Pay some debt, or negotiate with some creditors so they can take it out, or make a payment arrangement with you. As long as you have that consistent payment and everything, lenders don't like to see dispute, because they see it as, if you can dispute this person, you might dispute us in the future.
Yeah. You're
Dispute is that
avoiding
you are
paying.
saying that you don't recognize this person, like you don't agree with that, that's a debt. So lenders don't like to see that. As long as those are not there, 580 will work. FHA 580.
Is there
Though,
any other criteria aside
yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
580
Real
credit
quick,
score?
some corporate lenders, like, they like it to be like 620 or 640, but I know a lender that can do it for 580.
Okay.
Um, as far as what I just mentioned is, everything is all clean. Okay. Other criteria to buy a house, of course, you have to be working. Okay.
Job history.
Yes, you have to be working. You have to have a 2 year job work history, and it doesn't have to be in America. The 2 years, just have
Okay.
some years, in like a year or maybe 9 months in America. The rest can be in another country, provided that you are able to present documentation. Okay. You have to your job have to be verifiable. I mean, you can't say you're working, but you can't provide paycheck. You can't provide the information of your HR. I mean, they need to be able to source your income. Where is it coming from? Okay. You have to have a 2 years history of where you live in. And when I say 2 years as well, it doesn't have to be in the US. A year can be in Mexico, and you have 1 year in America. Um, it's okay, because I mean, if you only live here for 1 year and you've worked for 1 year, you've worked in Mexico for 5 or 6 years, and so technically your address is just gonna be 1 year in America, because you've only worked for a year here. So you have that year, 2 years of history where you've lived for 2 years. You have the address of the job where you're working, the how much they pay you per hour, or if it's salary, you have all that. Okay. Um, the only one that is a little complex or a little challenging is if you are doing 1099 job. When you are doing 1099 job, you have to have 2 years of work history in the US. The reason is because many countries, many foreign countries, they don't do taxation like this, like the way US is doing their taxes, yearly taxes. So for example, if you come from Nigeria and you own your own business, and you come to the US, now you have your own business for a year, it will be hard to use 2 years of, because with 1099 they need 2 years of tax history. and
Yep.
they will not accept a tax of another country with the tax of the US together. They want a different, you know what I mean, like 2 years US tax history. So 1099 is a little challenging. If it's W2, you'll be fine. You can use 1 year in the US, 1 year in another country, and you'll be fine. Um,
Absolutely.
so pretty much those are the things you need.
Let,
Okay,
let, let, let me
right.
what will be like the cash wise money
Oh,
to
cash,
close and
cash.
all that for I want you to touch on both together for primary residence and investment.
Yeah, so primary resident, you basically need, if it's FHA, you need 3.5%. If it's conventional loan, if you qualify for the Home Ready program, it's a program in conventional, you can use 3% down, but um, that will be possible when you have good credit. Now, I should mention that you can buy a house without credit at all. Like if you have zero credit, you can buy a house with FHA. It will just require a manual underwriting, and it will require you having a like 12-month light water bill or electrical bill. Oh yeah, I've mentioned water. Sorry, light, water, electrical, or AT&T like internet bill or phone bill or any kind of bill that shows that you've been active paying your bill. You've not been late. You've not been disputing everything, or you've not been just keeping your doing non-payment and all that. They want to see consistency. They want to see that you are responsible in paying back your debt. So if you have like 12 months of 2 to 3 bills, you will be fine. They can do manual underwriting. And when they do manual underwriting, you don't have to have credit. Your credit can be zero and you still buy a house. It's just that it's um, a little time consuming and all that. So some lender will try to avoid it, or they will try to make sure before they do it, you are the right person they can do it for. In the sense that you have all the document that they need. It's point and clear, not like they tell you to submit document, you only submit 3 months. They call you, you tell them you're gonna submit the rest in the next 2 weeks, or it's getting to look like they are wasting their time. So they like, you have everything all together, put together. You ask for manual underwriting, they will underwrite it manually. They will check all that. Even though with your zero credit, you will still be able to buy a house.
Okay. Thank you for the
And the
answer,
minimum,
Ibrahim.
sorry, I forgot to
Okay.
mention, the minimum is 3.5% for FHA. Conventional is 3%. Sometimes they will ask you to pay 5% if you don't qualify for the Home Ready program.
All
For
right.
investment, you need 20%.
All right.
Thank you.
20% flat, or
20%
it
flat
can be
for convention. Yeah, but there are some ways, you can do another FHA after you move to another location for 5%. There are different ways, but I would recommend our audience to go to our past video. We've talked about some of it.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
That was what I was thinking. So basically, thank you for asking this question. You can imagine how happy I am to see
Yeah.
someone actually take the courage to take
Yes.
ask
Yes.
ask a question. This is what we've been waiting for, and this is a very good milestone in this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
I will advise though, please and please, if you are just started, following us, watching us, go back to episode 1, 2, 3, 4. This is episode 8. We've talked about virtually everything that you may need. We still
Mhm.
gonna keep coming and be talking about all this stuff. We've talked about how you can use money to buy houses
Yeah.
and how you can buy houses without any money. Imagine all these big contents. We already put them out there. Take a liberty of go back and watch this video. And if you have any questions that you will be willing to ask us, come to our next video live Friday. If you can't wait, reach out to Ibrahim, reach out to myself. I will be uh my door is open. My phone number is available to everybody. You can follow
Mhm.
us on Ibrahim. Before I go, if people want to reach out to you, how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, they can call me 317-728-0213. My email is there, ibrealtors .us, Ibrahim at ibrealtors.us. You can go to my Instagram, Ibrahim Ojeni. They just type my name, it will pop up. Same way, they would like to know how can they reach you, bro.
Yes, my number is 317 531 9685. And if
Awesome.
you can call me, text me. Please introduce yourself before you ask your question so that I know
Awesome.
who I'm talking to. But
Awesome.
I'm always open to talk to people, especially people that are willing to take the next step, because I know how hard it is for me to find a resources like this, Ibrahim, when I want to start. Nobody is talking about it, nobody is doing anything about it, so it's really, I'm on my own, literally, like in the middle of the ocean, looking where do I need to go right now. And which is the reason why we come together to put this podcast together and make
Yeah.
sure that we are putting all this information out there, making people aware that this is a big deal. you
Yes.
know there's nobody that have bought real estate in the last 10, 30 years that are regretting, like, why do I buy that house right now? Nobody,
Uh,
literally nobody.
yeah. I'm sorry, you're going too far, brother. Nobody bought real estate 2 years ago that is regretting. Appreciation is so massive right now. Like equity, a lot of people have equity in their home. If you buy your home, like you bought it 2020, 2019, 20, in fact 2021, a lot of people have equity right now. Like it's unbelievable how big it is.
Yeah.
So real estate, real estate, real estate, real estate. We want to
Thank
see you guys doing it.
we already go past the time. Thank you
Okay.
so much, guys. The love is so amazing today. I mean, Ibrahim, do you have anything for
No,
our
no, I'm
listener
good.
before
We
you?
really appreciate people participating today, and we want to see you come back next week. I mean, trust us. This is a track like treated, tested, trusted, reliable information.
Yep.
Guys, come next week. We will give more information. So don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and follow us on our social media. And we will be here for you every Friday. We are dedicated to keep doing this. So, guys,
All right, guys. We will see you next week, Friday, and at 8 p.m. We promise to be here. Please, guys, join us. Bring your question. Reach out to us during the week. Reach out to experts, and we will be glad to answer your question.
yeah,
Peace
thank you.
out.
Thank you.